Three signs you're about to fall off the career cliff and into the executive wasteland. As a 20-year career coaching veteran, I am watching a massive amount of people fall off this cliff right now, end up out of work 6 months, 9 months, over a year, and scratching their head why. These are the things that are triggering this event. And if you don't have 30 seconds, please bookmark it and come back because you do not want to be at risk at this. So the first thing is that you're over the age of 35 and in the middle of the career pyramid. What I mean by that is that you're past the entry level stage. You started to stand out from the pack and you got into the middle level of the career. You maybe middle to upper management. You were seen as a high performer, individual contributor, and you're feeling like you have some sort of like leverage over your career because you outperformed other people. Maybe you got all the jobs you wanted to get or got raises or promotions. You're feeling pretty good. That is the worst place to feel right now because it's a pyramid. It's not a linear upward momentum. By pyramid, I mean eventually you're going to pass into the phase where there are far fewer jobs for your level. And if you've ever heard somebody explain they ended up in the executive wasteland and keep being told they're overqualified, that's exactly what I'm talking about. When you sit in the middle of the pyramid, that is the sweet spot, and people falsely have a sense of security there. But eventually, no matter what you do, you will be pushed to the top. And it's like being in the major leagues again. You're competing against all these people who are as equally talented as you for far fewer positions because the pay, they don't want to pay that much. They can pay people less money to do the job you were doing, whether you like it or not. And so it's experience discrimination. It just happens to come with age. So again, if you're over 35 and in the middle of the pyramid, do not think that you are set. You should be really concerned about the day that you get pushed into the top of the pyramid, okay? Second thing I want you to worry about is that you are not actively figuring out how to use AI to do other people's jobs. I tell people this all the time. AI won't take your job. It's the people that figure out how to do your job with AI that will take your job because they're not going to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. They're going to work less hours, but do the work of 10 people and get paid the work of 5. I'm already seeing this with people that have figured this out. They have stopped trading time for money and they're trading their knowledge for money. And that's a very different scenario and quite frankly, way more popular and way more profitable is the easiest thing to say. So again, if you're not heavily focused right now on how to do other people's jobs with AI, you're at risk at having someone take your job by using AI. All right. That's the second one. And the third one, and honestly, I think it's the most critical, is that you are outsourcing your reputation to your employer. So what I mean by that is that you just think where you work and what your job title is always going to be enough to get your next job. Couldn't be further from the truth. These days, reputation is everything. And it's not just what's on your resume or on your LinkedIn profile, because quite frankly, everybody's lying. Look at my video from yesterday. Everybody's lying. Recruiters don't trust it. So when you go and lose your job, when there's a career event and you think that your reputation and your past experience is going to be enough, it won't be. Ask anyone that's sitting in executive wasteland right now. It won't be. You are going to have to authenticate your experience and provide the evidence that you know what you're talking about. And that means having a pro voice on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the #1 recruiting tool. That is how they are going to find you, validate you. And quite frankly, that LinkedIn feed is going to be your first interview. It's going to provide the evidence and proof that you can do the job. And that's how you get strangers to want to call you about job opportunities, because at this level, the jobs you really want aren't being posted anymore. They don't want 10,000 applicants that are all not even real. So instead, the recruiters get on LinkedIn and they look for the pro voice. They look for the person that understands and talks intelligently about the work. And that's who they contact for job interviews. So there you have it. Those are the 3 warning signs that you could be at risk of falling off the cliff and ending in the executive wasteland. And as I've been talking about here, the solution is your pro voice. I wrote the book on it. It's been out a month. It's already top 20 career book on Amazon, super proud. And it's because I'm teaching people like you how to stop this insanity, stop having a trad job and trading time for money, and instead grabbing your knowledge paycheck, leveraging your pro voice, and having multiple income streams and income security going forward so that you don't have this career setback. If that made sense, comment your questions. Good luck, my friends. Go get them.